This entire channel is centered around deconstruction, but I wanted to make one video that is very quick and simple explaining what deconstruction actually is. Because I think as humans, we have a tendency to take a word and to add all of these things to it and make it way more complex and in a way that like loses its meaning, right? So for example, when people think deconstruction, they often think religion. And religion is one area that it can be applied to. However, most of our reality is bound by constructs. A construct is a set of ideals that was put together by a group of people. Usually, it's a group of people that are at the top of some sort of hierarchy, a government, an institution, a system of some sort. Set of ideals that is put together by a small group of people thought to be subjective, meaning not inherently true to reality, that they simply have put out as something to abide by. And people tend to abide to the constructs, right? So time is a construct, the division of time, right? Like obviously there's some sort of linearness to how time passes, but the division of time is a construct, separating time into years, months, days. I've skipped weeks, hours, minutes, seconds, whatever. The division of time is a construct. Somebody created that, and we choose to abide by it. The idea of money is a construct. A group of people created money and created that means of give and take, and we abide by it. Religion is a construct. It's a group of people that put together, they took basically, and this is okay, so this is how you deconstruct. This is how I do it. You start by understanding that the thing is a group of ideals put together by a small group of people and abided by as if it's just true by many. You understand that it's a set of ideals. You understand how it became a set of ideals. And I am not a details person. You can do this if you're smart about it and you are like, you know how to ask the right questions. You can quickly, I would say within days, discover the bare basics of how a construct came to be. What started that construct? For the example of religion, for Christianity, what started that construct is there was a bunch of lore about spiritual experiences that were from similar sources passed on with similar divine beings as the main characters. And 1,000 or more years later, I can't remember how long later, a Roman council came together and picked apart that lore, decided what would be added and what wouldn't, and decided how it would be interpreted. That created the Bible. And throughout time, and they had their own motivations. So that's another thing you want to question. Why did they have these motivations? How did this construct come to be? What was the truth before the construct was formed? What was happening before? The lore was being passed around. It was very much decentralized by the people. There was no system or structure telling people what it means or how to go about this lore. It was decentralized. And then throughout time, we see this construct evolved, particularly Christianity. We see the way that Christianity is interpreted changing throughout time. Start to question why this construct is evolving, what cultural influences are evolving this construct. And religion is the number one, but I assure you, it can be applied to everything, including government. I recently looked into why we started having governments, and I think I put it in a video recently. And it was very interesting, just getting the basic understanding of why these constructs begin so that you can then start to ask questions of what purpose did they serve? What parts of them apply to me and what parts don't? Can I see another perspective that could potentially influence this construct, that could make this construct better for me? How can I break this construct apart and put it back together in a way that serves me, in a way that makes more sense for me? And that's essentially all. I wanted this one to be quick. Deconstruction is understanding when something is a construct, that means it is a set of ideals put together by a group of people that people just abide by, even though it's largely subjective. picking apart how that construct came to be, what influenced it, how it evolved over time, and deciding for yourself what it means for you and how it applies to your life.